the new year, filled with opportunities for growth and prosperity. In being in Grandstand in 2024, we look to continue our programs, and this year we will be launching new programs to further assist in improving the lives and the living conditions of our constituents. In January, we will launch our Senior Citizens Assistance Program, and we hope to launch our first biannual Bain Town Homecoming, which will coincide with the annual Jubilee Festival in Grandstand. I am optimistic about the future, and I believe that by working together, we can overcome any challenges that lie ahead. I wish to publicly wish my mother, Ms. Sybil Watson, and my entire family, especially my children, grands, and my siblings, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. To my constituents of Bain and Grandstand, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. May the coming year be filled with hope, happiness, and the promise of a brighter future for all of us. Thank you, and God bless.
Happy holidays from the management and staff at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, the 2024 Securities Industry Bill now in the public domain. Additional upgrades set for the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. The countdown is on for the 2024 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade. In sports, Tabernacle wraps up Arby's Classic. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. Today is Saturday, December 30th, 2023, the 364th day of the year and 2 days before the year 2024 begins. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Desmond Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, the Securities Industry Bill 2024 is now available for public consultation. The bill represents an overhaul of the now 12-year-old legislative framework governing the securities industry in the Bahamas. The overhaul aims to ensure the legislative framework remains current and reflects international best practices and standards. The new legislation includes features to ensure the regulatory regime is robust and agile and compliant with the International Organization Securities Commission organization objectives and principles of securities regulation and the Financial Action Task Force's 40 recommendations. Among the changes to the legislative framework, the bill empowers the Commission to declare a digital asset or class of digital asset or security, bringing it under the regulatory purview of the Securities Industry Act. It strengthens the Commission's enforcement powers and provides a framework for seeing criminal action, and the interrelation with the Commission's administrative authority is addressed. The bill also provides for the Commission to refer matters to the Commissioner of Police or the Director of Public Prosecutions. The Commission inviting the public's feedback on the proposed bill. The document is now available on the Commission's website at www.scb.gov.bs. Other news for you tonight: additional upgrades on tap for the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. The newly minted Minister for Broadcasting, the Honorable Miles Lorota, sharing as much during a recent interview with our news team. While pleased with the company's rebranding, Lorota says efforts are underway to enhance the company's operations.
We came in 2021. There were changes that had to be made with regards to the purchase of equipment. I think ZNS have done a good job in acquiring new equipment. I always said that nobody covers the Bahamas better. I've said that in the House of Assembly, and only the sun covers the Bahamas better. And that the product that we put out there is second to none. The journalists are second to none. There is going to be a need for the upgrade in the facilities itself. BIS that is a tenant of ZNS. You know, we've been waiting for the past few years for them to relocate. That eventually will happen. And yet when they move out, there's going to have to be funds paid into renovating that building. And so I am pleased with the product that ZNS have. I'm pleased with the rebrand. I'll come in and meet with the team sometime early next week, and we will, you know, discuss moving the corporation forward.
23 being hailed as an incredible year for the Bahamas, with a strong economic recovery following COVID's deep decline. The country saw a record-breaking 8 million plus in visitor arrivals. Also, the country's economic growth for the first half of the year pegged at 4.5% ahead of 2019 pre-COVID comparisons, and the International Monetary Fund now raising the country's growth prospects from 1.8% to 2.3% for 2024. Well, our ZNS News team took to the streets to canvass the views of Bahamians over the government's recent performance for 2023.
One of the things that I'm so, I guess, appreciative of is the fact that a lot of persons are actually working. So I think they're able to support their families, you know, so I think that's a good initiative. And I've seen, you know, so many new initiatives coming on stream. So I just think the government is actually performing very, very well.
From what I know, I think they're doing a good job. I would say to keep doing what they're doing and listen to the people, you know, continue to listen to the people and help them get to where they need to be.
They've done some good things.
In terms of employment, okay, the port has just been renovated. Yes, that's good.
And while giving the government high marks over its performance for the year, some residents are hoping the Davis administration could do more to drive down the high cost of living and pay greater attention to the needs of ordinary Bahamians.
Just to continue to, you know, support the inner city. You know, I think that, you know, right now, you know, the cost of living is so high in the Bahamas. So if we can look at trying to see how you can minimize the cost of living, I think that would be a great thing for the government.
As it pertains to any government, always care for the people, always put the people first. And with that way, I think they will do well.
In the tourist section, right downtown, they need more people to give directions to where they want to go. Sometimes they want to go down to the beach. They don't know how to get to the beach. You know, everybody can afford a taxi.
With a strong approval from residents, Bahamians are perhaps stepping into 2024 with cautious optimism while celebrating our triumphs, but also conquering the myriad of challenges now before us. Police ramping up efforts to seize illegal weapons off the streets. A high-powered weapon containing ammunition confiscated at the rear of a residence in the Camp Road area. No arrests were made in connection with this incident. Investigations continue. Abaco police need your help in locating a gold 2004 Honda Accord vehicle, license plate CPAU 4920, stolen from a residence on Forest Drive Friday, December 29, 2023. Police now appealing to members of the public to be on the lookout for the stolen car. Anyone with information is asked to contact 911-919, the nearest police station, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Well, there's more after this.
For carpets, bed sheets, and bath mats, there's a place I know. For shower curtains, comforters, and window curtains, only one place to go. Fixing your home or automotive, there's no fuss. We put a smile on your face, come and shop with us. For all you need and more, shop at AID for Christmas.
Renewing your business license? Here are the new requirements. For businesses over $250,000, businesses at $250,000 up to $4.9 million, and businesses over $5 million. For more information, contact Inland Revenue.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. 'Cause if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The new year is looking pretty promising for the settlement of Rollville over on Exuma as the community opened a community farm to feed its people. And this was all made possible through the Agricultural Development Organization and corporate sponsor Royal Bank of Canada.
I'm really excited. The anxiety has settled down a bit, and now I can finally sleep at night, so I'm happy to do that. But it just feels rewarding to be able to pull something off and work with such great people. And I hope to do more projects like this, as well as inspire others to do more projects like this within communities.
The community farm, according to ADO project manager Nakia Bryce, will have a governance policy which will be set up in collaboration with the Rollville Commonage Group to determine how priorities will be split.
We'll put together a full maintenance plan in order to ensure that the garden will thrive in the future, because we not only want to help just set it up, we want to see it thrive and be able to be a sustainable source of income as well for the community.
On hand for the opening ceremony was Deputy Prime Minister and Exuma Member of Parliament Chester Cooper, who expressed his excitement for this initiative.
This particular project is an opportunity for community engagement.
Yes.
And I hope that this will be the beginning of many other community farms across the island. It's an opportunity for pride, for unity, and for working together as a community.
He shares his hope for the community farm's impact on the youth of our nation.
I hope that what you're doing here with the is an inspiration to some young people to get involved and to acknowledge that it was subsistence and now it's food security. It was seed and now it's natural therapeutic medication, right? With a nice label and a high price. Organic.
Yes.
You know? So this is an opportunity to inspire young people.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Many feel that most of the attention on Junkanoo by the media and even fans on the Category A groups is a disadvantage to the B groups of Fancy Dancers, a B group from the Camp Road area celebrating its 40th anniversary. They placed second on Boxing Day. Vaughn Aubrey spoke with group leaders on their performance.
We're here at the Fancy Dancers Shack off Shirley Street. Fancy Dancers placed second in the recent Boxing Day parade. With me, Wade Robinson, Katie Minnis, and Anton Thompson. But I'm going to start with you, leader. Wade Robinson, judge your performance. How did you feel the Fancy Dancers did on Boxing Day?
I leave it up to the fans. The fans appreciated it. We had them dancing. Everyone was saying, we do good with music. We had a genuine impression that we came out there to do. Make our fans proud and entertain the people who came to see Junkanoo.
There you go. Anton Thompson, you're responsible for what of the Fancy Dancers?
I'm responsible for the banner and helping everybody get the big street.
And how did you feel your banner? Was your banner competitive? Your take on Boxing Day?
I feel the banner should have won, actually. But what we need all the scores to come in. We need to be judged fairly, and everything. We need everything to be judged in proper context.
Katie Minnis, this is a celebration for Fancy Dancers. Camp Road is really proud. 40 years. Tell us about your celebration.
40 years with Fancy Dancers as a Junkanoo organization. It was established by this young man here in 1983. And Boxing Day, this Boxing Day when we came out, we executed because we knew that we were going to be the winning group, because as our motto goes now, only winners live here.
There you go. What does Fancy Dancers mean for Camp Road?
Fancy Dances is more than just a Junkanoo organization for Camp Road. It's a community shelter. It's a place of learning. It's a place of family. It's a place of fun. And it's a place where you could really not only show your artistry, express yourself, but you can come and experience true Bahamian culture. I know you know that in the B categories, unlike the A categories, once you come into the shack in the B category group, you have to experience everything. You have to learn how to pace. You have to learn how to trick. You even get some experience with building. And so within this particular group, we get a chance to do all of that. Every member, from the choreograph to the young ones that you saw on Bay Street, everyone had a chance to have their hands on their costume.
And Wade Robinson, I want to close with you because, like Katie said, this is more than just a Junkanoo group. Your lifeline has been kind of boosted by your sponsors. Talk about that.
Mr. T was our greatest sponsor from in the 80s. I had to send no letter or no one. All I do is show up to Mr. T and ask for a sponsor, and it was on. Now, Adrian Fox happened to be our lucky new sponsor now. Adrian Fox, Wego Car Rental. We had some of the support from Dozo, Tim Refrigeration, and so Super Wash, the Aguilar.
Yeah.
We had numerous sponsors. And we on our second and third or fourth generation of fancy dancers.
Of participants?
Of young kids growing up.
Yes.
We have their sons and daughters are part of us, great-grands fancy dancers growing up.
So what do you say to your fans out there for New Year's Day?
We come in to party, the 40 years anniversary, we partying, celebrating the greatness of Camp Road, and us. They always saying, we always this and that. We show them greatness and goodness from the Camp Road community.
There you have it. Anton Thompson, Katie Minnis, and Wade Robinson, the fancy dancers who placed second at Boxing Day. They are looking for their victory on their 40th anniversary from the Fancy Dancers Shack. For the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
Good stuff there. The Prodigal Sons did not make it to Bay Street for the 2023 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade once again. This after the group, which hails from the Yellow Elder Gardens community, reportedly received $30,000 from the government. Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence Chairman Dion Miller was asked about the Prodigal Sons no-show.
We still haven't heard the exact official reason of why the group did not show up to the Boxing Day parade. I've spoken to some members of the group, and as I say, that group has challenges over the years. Prodigal is one of the few groups that does not have corporate partnership, corporate sponsors, and so it's very difficult for them to attain and gain sponsors. As I say, the Junkanoo is very expensive. It takes $250,000 to put this show on the road, and so I know for quite a few years they have been struggling and trying their best to make it happen. As I said, it's a huge financial burden, but I'll get an official justification in the upcoming days.
On Boxing Day, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bullock, said that the $30,000 seed money given to the Prodigal Sons should be returned. Chairman Miller was again asked if it heard from the government.
We're anticipating that all groups show up for the New Year's parade, and so it's a wait and see. We will try to get in contact with the group in the upcoming days to find out where exactly they are, if they're in danger of missing the parade. But it's a wait and see at this point. After the parade, during the aftermath, we will have an official correspondence for the public as to what happened. But in the meantime, we're focused on getting the parade up, running, and just putting on an excellent show for the Bahamian public.
Well, with the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade just 2 days away, our cameras took to the streets to find out predictions as to who will win the Junkanoo Parade. Here are the responses.
I the Valley. I really want the Valley to win. But Saxon, if the Valley to come after the Saxon, they was going to win. But Saxon come after the Valley, so that's what I'm going for. I like that. I the Valley, man. That's why I want my Valley to move in. New Year's, we coming next time. We win New Year's, we coming back. Once we go Valley, we never give up. Remember that.
My favorite group is One Family, but they let me down big time.
How do you think they're going to perform on New Year's?
Better because they always come back better. But I love Saxon too. My mother's a Saxon, so I love Saxon too.
It's a Saxon fans, you see. I like everything but Saxon.
Good Saxons. Saxons? Man, I mean, I ain't been Junkanoo, but we passed through. Man, they mashed the place up. They mashed the place up.
How do you
I
think
enjoy
they're going to perform on New Year's?
New Year's? Man, I hope they get through. Real good.
I like the fact that Junkanoo is like the only good thing about our culture that we still represent right now. Like during the holidays, it's a good thing that we can think back and go back to our roots and be like, hey, anything we can do that's behaving this holiday is going to be Junkanoo. And then in the tourist atmosphere, the tourists love it because it's something different that they come to instead of the normal up and down of shopping in shops. They'll normally be like, it's a parade, and then most of them stay up all night for the parade actually. So I kind of like that aspect about it.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Believers Embassy International presents A Moment in Glory. Dr. Stephen Munro and Pastor Nadine Munro invites you to join us as we cross over to 2024 at our New Year's Eve Watch Night service, Sunday, December 31st at 9 p.m., St. John's College Auditorium, Bethel Avenue. Experience a night of power, praise, and prophecy.
But the Lord says to tell you, don't you despise what you're going through, what you're faced with. Things are getting better.
Featuring BEI dynamic dancers and dynamic phrases. Come with an open heart and a spirit to receive the word of the Lord. Cross over to 2024 with Believers Embassy International. See you there.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Jingle all the way around the world with Shell this Christmas. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location now through January 5th. Enter now to win 2 round-trip tickets to the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills game or see the world with a $5,000 travel voucher. Weekly winners will be selected to win thousands of dollars in free fuel, grocery, and many more fabulous prizes. Fuel up and get your receipt for a chance to win with Shell now through January 5th, 2024.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Beer, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports in the 23rd trip to the Arby's Classic in Tennessee. The Tabernacle Baptist Falcons continue to get high-level high school basketball competition as they prepare for the local season. The 4-time defending GBSSA champions eliminated from competition after dropping their first 2 games. Falcons lost their opener 61-54 to the tournament's host, Tennessee High, and then on Boxing Day to the Daniel Boone Pioneers 63-50. Noah Bain scored 19 points with 3 assists. Alex Minas had 9 points with 2 steals. In volleyball news, Kurtwood Green, the 3rd vice president of the Bahamas Volleyball Federation, was elected to the Caribbean Zonal Volleyball Association Board of Administration during the Electoral Congress recently held in the Port of Spain. The Congress was attended by 12 of 14 National Federation members and was held under the supervision of the NORCECA president. The B3A is successfully hosting the Odd Distance meet last weekend at the original Thomas Robinson Stadium. There were 3 unofficial qualifiers for the 2024 Carifta Games. Attending those Carifta standards were Demian Bryce, Clea Jackson, and Diore Scott. Scott opening her season with a throw of 44.68 meters to win the girls under 17 in javelin. Jackson, who throws for Blue Chips Athletics, competed in the under-20 girls shot put. The University of Miami freshman surpassed the standard of 40.36 meters with a throw of 46.36. And as for Bryce in the boys high jump, he managed to clear 1.87 meters to come away as the champion in that event. And in tennis news, the Balmar Cup returned to the Bahamas for the fourth time earlier this month. Professional tennis players, including Victoria Azarenka, Jessica Pegula, Taylor Townsend, and James Blake, and Mark Knowles took the courts at the three-day event in support of the Balmar Resorts Foundation and Mark Knowles Children's Tennis Initiative. The annual tennis extravaganza raised $120,000, which was the highest total ever raised for the event. That's my look at your sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Bear, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Gratitude for our achievements of 2023. We invite you to celebrate the holidays with us at Lighthouse Point Grand Ukiah. Not only do we have the perfect venues for holiday parties of all sizes, our Oceanside Oasis takes you from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Join us at our newly restored Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill, December 23rd from 8 p.m. for Christmas karaoke, fun, cocktails, and food. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Portobello's is serving full-on buffets with live music and action stations, noon to 4 p.m. New Year's Eve, join us again at Portobello for brunch and dinner featuring live entertainment and action station. And the party of the year is happening at Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill with live music, DJ, party favors, food and drink specials, giveaways, and much more. Yes, the magic has returned to Freeport at Lighthouse Point Grand Ukiah.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up for your right.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us with the details. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. We're under cloudy skies with some light rains. Temperature is 69 degrees. The relative humidity at 66%. We have westerly winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,020.1 millibars. That is 30.12 inches. And your temperatures around the Family of Islands this evening, 65 degrees in Greentoll Key. Freeport, Grand Bahama also reporting 65 degrees. In Marshall, Abaco, 67. 67 also in the Berry Islands. Allenstown, Bimini, 68. 70 degrees over in Harbor Island. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 64 degrees. 68 in Rocktown, Eleuthera, and Allenstown, Cat Island. Black Point Exuma at 65, Camp Space Orlando 65, 68 degrees in San Salvador and Urumqi. Georgetown Exuma at 66, 71s in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay may go on a little warmer at 76. Ackland 76, Matchitown in Nagua 77, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 75 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight through Sunday in the northwest and central islands. Those winds are going to be northwest to north at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Your high tide, that will take place at 10:14 tonight, another high tide at 10:32 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast Bahamas through Sunday, northerly winds slightly stronger at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we'll hold caution flags for the southeast Bahamas through Sunday. And then our satellite pictures showing that secondary frontal system now pushing through the northwest Bahamas and making its way into the central parts of the country. That will leave behind some cloudiness, but we'll start to see some clearing late tonight and during the early morning hours. Tonight, clearing skies expected later on with a chilly 63 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, you're looking at mostly sunny, quite pleasant but cold. 72 degrees is going to be your high temperature tomorrow. And the extended weather forecast looking like this right through New Year's Day, which is going to be the coldest day so far for the year. 58 degrees we expect for our low temperature. And watch that, the daytime temperature is just around 71 degrees. So if you plan on going to Junkanoo, well, you're going to need some warm clothing to keep yourself comfortable. As we head into the middle part of the week, we'll start to see a little rebound in those temperatures heading into Friday, but another frontal system comes through late on Thursday. That will push the temperatures back down into the 60s and mid-70s during the daytime. And just before I close out, I'd like to extend our birthday greetings to Alpha Norton. She celebrates her birthday today, and also a wonderful couple I met last evening, Fitzpatrick and Spencer. They returned to New Jersey today, and we look forward to their return visit to the Bahamas. Desmond?
That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your number one news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.